This is my 1.6 HDI Peugeot Partner, and I made a video quite a while ago how to replace the diaphragm in the PCV valve in the 1.6 HDI. That one here, this cap, and the diaphragm down there, the rubber diaphragm, and I made a complete mess of that. You can see the video here how I did that, and I broke all of these pins. So this is a video, just a repeat of that video, how you can do it without breaking any of these pins, and you can check the condition of your diaphragm, the spring in there and so on, and put it back together rather than breaking everything and buying new parts. Of course, if you break some of these, I will also, it's in the description of the video down below, all the components, but this is the original 0248L1, which includes a rubber membrane, the cap itself, and of course a spring. So what do you need in order to safely open the PCV valve, the cap here, without breaking any of these plastic tabs? So first of all, you need a zip tie, something like this. This yellow one is alright. Then you need a Stanley knife, something that cuts cardboard, and you need to file the edge of that zip tie in order to flatten it, to be really thin, the edge. So the idea is that you can then stick it underneath these tabs and push it up, and this will pop out the PCV cap. You also need one of these, well, when this is a pocket knife, you need something with a hook, and I have this knife. I mean, it's not Victorinox, it's just a cheap pocket knife. So you can stick the zip tie in there and just push it with the hook up, so it kind of safely pops out. So next is to file the edge of that zip tie. Of course, you can cut it to shape, so I'll cut it about here and about there, so because I don't need it that long, so I'll cut it in order to be able to fit it there. So I've cut it to kind of size, then I'll put it to lay down, and what I'll do, I'll just slightly kind of file it on one side. So 15 minutes later, I've filed it. Not too sure if you can see it on camera, but this edge is quite thin now. Not too sure if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. That edge is a bit on the fat side, and this is quite thin. Now you can kind of wrap it around the PCV valve and push it in with a hook. So first of all, do this on a hot, warm engine. First of all, this is slightly cold, this engine, so I'll drive it for 40 minutes or so until everything is in operating temperature, because the plastic is slightly more pliable when it's warm. Once the engine is hot, take off the cover. Mine simply lifts because it has 4 of these. Yours might be slightly different. Next, the PCV cap, I'll just slightly move it left, right, so it to release a bit of dirt and so on, it's not to be stuck. Next, you take your zip tie and put it around. There is a bit of a space in there, so you have to kind of push it slightly just around underneath all these clips. You have to first push it underneath that one. Probably can't quite see it, but I just pushed it underneath there. Squeeze it through. Hopefully you can see how I'm squeezing it through until it goes at the back. Wrap it around everywhere. You have to kind of push that to go in there. Then simply is just to push this underneath. So once it's there, you slightly push it kind of to get in there. From here you can push it with a finger or something else, but from the back you don't really have much space. So I have this hook, this old, it's not Victorinox, but it's some sort of pen knife. So what I'll do, I'll hook it up here and slightly push it to go inside. Slightly push it to go inside here, kind of equally everywhere. And then of course at the back, same thing. Hopefully you can see it. This is kind of underneath everywhere. So the back is a bit more difficult because you have to kind of push it. So this is underneath everywhere, and now it's simply we have to push it a bit more and lift it. Not quite there. There we go. It clicks slightly. One at the back, and there is only one dot from that side that is a bit catching at the moment. Hopefully you can put something like any tool, something not that sharp, otherwise you might kind of break it. There we go. Taken off, not a single piece broken, and this is your PCV membrane. If you take that one off, it's a bit hot, and you've got the spring there as well. Put it back on so then you can clip it and use it. So yeah, you need some sort of a hook and this zip tie, and it actually works. You can take it without breaking a single one of these and reuse it. Hopefully you find this video useful. Let me know for any comments, or if you have your own technique, let me know how you do it. Thank you very much indeed for watching.